We are here at Wabash Valley Dermatology and Med Spa with my dermatologist and nurse practitioner, Lindsay Wilson. Hello.
Hi.
We're celebrating today because it's an important day when we talk about Don't Fry Day. It's a day that is really set aside to make sure everybody knows the summer season is here.
Yes.
And taking care of your skin is so important.
Yes.
So you are somebody who sees patients and makes sure that they understand the importance of skincare. Let's begin with that. What are some pieces of advice you would give to all of us on a day that is designed to protect our skin? What do we need to think about in the summer season, Lindsay?
Well, I would say most importantly to put a sunscreen on 30 minutes before you go out in the sun. My preference would be mineral-based sunscreens with zinc or titanium dioxide and SPF 50. Apply at least 1 ounce of that sunscreen 30 minutes before you go in the sun, and then reapply every 2 hours.
It's funny because we talked about that 1 ounce, and as you said that, we started to, look at what 1 ounce looks like. It's a lot more than you think, isn't it?
Yes, it is a lot more than you think. And I think that a lot of times people don't typically put on or think about the amount. It needs to be enough sunscreen. The sprays tend to blow away in the wind as well when you're applying. So the 1 ounce of the liquid, I think, is a better way to apply that sunscreen.
When you're applying sunscreen, any place that the sun sees, right? Is that what you need to think about, or how does that work?
Yeah, so typically I would prefer to put sunscreen on even locations where the sun doesn't see. If you don't have UPF clothing that protects from the sun, those rays can actually penetrate through the clothing and affect your skin.
Do you say to people it's a good idea to just get in the practice of putting it on every day? I'm curious.
Yes, a daily sunscreen, an SPF 25. There's a lot of lines that have great products that I promote for my male population that don't want to have thicker sunscreens or lotions on their skin. And then females, there's a lot of products out there, tinted moisturizers with SPF 25 and zinc titanium dioxide products. Yeah.
So now let's take it to the flip side of that. You don't wear sunscreen and you start getting spots on your skin. What do people need to look for when it comes to skin cancer?
So anything that's new, changing, evolving, we always talk about the ABCDEs of melanoma. So A is asymmetry, B border, C color, D diameter, anything larger than a pencil eraser, or E evolution, changing. And so I always tell people not to hesitate to reach out and get your skin checked by someone who specializes, a dermatologist, a nurse practitioner, physician assistant that specialize in dermatology, and we're always happy to take a look. 1-year skin checks are vital.
Yeah, and I know this because I came to you, and that's how you and I became friends, but more importantly, how you became the person that takes care of my skin now. And I'm so grateful for that because I had moles in places that I was worried about. People shouldn't be afraid to make that initial appointment to get that consultation, should they?
No, they should not be afraid.
And when people make an appointment with you, how do they do that? Where are you located? How do they find you? All of that information.
We are located on the south side of Terre Haute at 1208 East Canvasback Drive, and our phone number is 812-917-7252.
And I love the fact that your staff is so helpful, so accommodating. So if people call and schedule that appointment, again, if they have concerns or worries on this Don't Fry Day, please call, make that appointment.
Yeah, give us a call.
All right. Thanks so much for talking to us.
Thank you.
Always enjoy visiting the staff there, and they offer these additional tips for you as well. Make sure when you're going out into the sun, do it with not the intention to tan or burn. You should always be thinking of protecting your skin. Apply that sunscreen and reapply every 2 hours. If you can seek shade during those peak sun times during the day, do so. And then, of course, when you're near water and sand, extra caution is needed and extra sunscreen. Just protect yourself with hats and clothes, and you know the rules. I wanted to, again, demonstrate for you because I was just stunned at how much an ounce is and what it looks like. That is a lot of sunscreen that you should be applying to yourself each and every time you're going out into the sun this summer. And you can visit skincancerprevention.org. It's the address you see right there on your screen if you want more tips, more information, not only about protecting your skin, but if you're concerned about things, you can also visit there.